The neon sign is buzzing like a heartbeat in the dark. Rain keeps falling on the window, leaving rivers through the sparks. The bartender knows my first name, and every story I don't tell. I spent enough nights in this place, trying to drink my way through hell. Every stool holds a memory, every glass reflects a face, and every song coming through the speakers takes me back to another place. I came here looking for silence, but silence never shows. Instead I find another memory every time the whiskey flows. The room gets blurry, the night gets cold. Every drink brings back another ghost. One more bottle, one more ghost, sitting right beside me, talking about the things we lost and how things used to be. One more bottle, one more ghost, riding through my mind. The whiskey keeps on disappearing, but the ghosts stay every time. There's a girl in a faded photograph tucked inside my wallet still, a reminder that forever can be broken by free will. There's a friend I never called enough, a father I should've known, 1,000 little regrets that still follow me home. The highway outside keeps stretching past the edge of town, like it's trying to tell me something as the rain keeps falling down. Maybe running isn't healing, maybe pain ain't meant to hide. Maybe every ghost I'm carrying just wants to be recognized. The lights grow dim, the hours slow, every drink invites another ghost. One more bottle, one more ghost, sitting right beside me, talking about the things we lost and how things used to be. One more bottle, one more ghost, riding through my mind. The whiskey keeps on disappearing, but the ghosts stay every time. Tonight I finally listen, instead of trying to forget, 'cause every ghost is just a lesson wrapped inside regret. Maybe they ain't here to haunt me, maybe they're here to remind the man I am becoming of the man I left behind. One more bottle, one more ghost, but something feels different now. They don't seem quite as heavy as they did before somehow. The night is still a lonely road, but I can see the light. One more bottle, one more ghost, and I'll be alright. The last call echoes softly, the rain begins to slow. I leave a tip upon the counter and walk out with my ghost. There's a crack in the mirror, and a crack inside my chest. Both been there for so long now, I can't tell which hurts the best. The bartender keeps pouring like he's trying to save my life, but every shot just brings me closer to the reasons I can't sleep at night. I've been chasing numbness down every road I know, but pain rides in the passenger seat everywhere I go. The jukebox sings a heartbreak, the neon paints me blue, and every face inside this bar somehow reminds me of you. The bottle gets lighter, the night gets old, but nothing fills an empty soul. Empty glass, empty soul, sitting here alone again, trying to drown 1,000 memories. They keep floating back in. Empty glass, empty soul, that's the story I've been told. No matter how much whiskey disappears, the loneliness still holds. I remember summer evenings driving nowhere with the windows down, back when dreams felt endless and love was all around. Now the highway feels colder, the stars don't shine the same, and every mile reminds me of everything that changed. I blame the world for breaking, I blame fate for every scar, but sometimes the hardest truth is we become who we really are. And maybe healing starts the moment you stop running from the pain, instead of trying to bury it with another drink again. The room spins slower, the truth comes clear. The thing I'm fighting is already here. Empty glass, empty soul, sitting here alone again, trying to drown 1,000 memories. They keep floating back in. Empty glass, empty soul, that's the story I've been told. No matter how much whiskey disappears, the loneliness still holds. Then I looked around the room at all the faces hiding scars, everybody fighting something underneath the neon stars. Maybe I ain't the only one trying to outrun yesterday. Maybe we're all just broken hearts, looking for a place to stay. Right out that door. The sunrise waits beyond the hills, the darkness starts to roll. I leave behind the empty glass and carry home my soul. Blue lights flashing in my rear view, dust rising off the ground. Another long night on these back roads. trouble all around. The county knows my history, every mistake I've made, every fight, every bad decision, every debt I've never paid. But the law can't chase the demons that keep knocking at my door, and no badge can stop the memories I've been running from before. I spent years blaming everybody for the mess I made myself, till I learned the hardest prison ain't built by anyone else. You can lock a man in chains, you can throw away the key, but the battle that I'm fighting lives inside of me. No sheriff can save me, no siren in the night, no judge can write a sentence that makes everything alright. No sheriff can save me from the ghosts inside my head. The only man who can change this life is the one these boots have led. I've crossed rivers in the darkness, I've slept beneath the stars, trying to outrun my reflection, trying to heal invisible scars. The whiskey gave me excuses, the highway gave me room, but neither one could fix the damage growing in the gloom. Then one night beside a campfire, watching sparks climb through the sky, I realized all these years I'd been living a lie. 'Cause freedom ain't escaping and redemption ain't a place. They're both found in the mirror when you finally face your face. The road gets lonely, the truth gets loud, and eventually a shadow finds you in the crowd. No shadow can save me, no siren in the night, no judge can write a sentence that makes everything alright. No sheriff can save me from the ghosts inside my head. The only man who can change this life is the one these boots have led. The moon hung over the pines like a spotlight from above, and for the first time in forever I stopped running from myself. The storm was still raging, but something felt brand new, 'cause the hardest outlaw to conquer was always me and not you. No sheriff can save me, but maybe that's okay, 'cause strength is built from facing what you feel along the way. No sheriff can save me, but I finally understand the road to redemption starts when a man becomes a man. The blue lights fade behind me, the dawn breaks through the gray, and I keep driving forward toward a better day. Midnight settled on the graveyard like a blanket made of smoke. The iron gate stood open and the silence never broke. The moon hung over marble, casting shadows long and thin, and every stone looked like a story about where a life had been. I wasn't there for ghost hunting, or chasing some motel. I came because the noise of life had finally grown too loud again. So I walked between the markers, reading names I'd never known, wondering how many dreams were buried beneath each weathered stone. The night felt endless, the world stood still, and every heartbeat echoed across that lonely hill. Midnight among the tombstones, where the living meet the past, where every breath feels precious, 'cause nothing here can last. Midnight among the tombstones, underneath the pale moonlight, learning more about living from the silence of the night. One stone belonged to a soldier who never made it home, another to a young mother who left this world too soon. There were names nobody visits, flowers faded by the years, and some are standing there alone, made my problems disappear. 'Cause the bills, the fights, the worries, the things I carried every day suddenly seem smaller than the lives that slipped away. The dead weren't speaking loudly, but the message still rang true. Every second that you're given, here's a gift handed to you. The cold wind whispered through the trees, and every shadow moved with quiet ease. Midnight among the tombstones, where the living meet the past, where every breath feels precious, 'cause nothing here can last. Midnight among the tombstones, underneath the pale moonlight, learning more about living from the silence of the night. Maybe that's why I keep coming to this forgotten place, to remember life is fragile and time can't be replaced. The clock keeps moving forward for every soul alive, and one day we'll all become stories told beneath these skies. Midnight among the tombstones, and I finally understand the value of tomorrow is found in where we stand. Midnight among the tombstones, as the eastern sky turns gold, I leave with less fear of dying and a stronger grip on hope. The first bird starts singing, the darkness fades away. I walk back through the iron gate, ready for another day. There was a time I'd break my fist against walls and never fall back. Every word felt like gasoline, every wound became an attack. I carried anger in my shadow like a loaded 44, looking for someone to blame for every scar I ever wore. The nights got darker, the road got long, the whiskey only made it writing my own destruction, like a preacher reading the curse. Then one cold night by the riverbank, under a blood-red harvest moon, I realized the thing I hated most was turning me into it too. So I gathered every memory, every light and every scar, and threw them into the darkness. Beneath the dying stars, I fed my rage to the fire, watched it burn into the night. Every grudge, every demon, every reason I used to fight, the flames danced higher and higher till the ashes filled the sky. I fed my rage to the fire and finally learned how to survive. The smoke rose up like old regrets, drifting where they belonged, and for the first time in forever, the silence didn't feel wrong. I still remember every betrayal, every knife behind a smile, but revenge ain't worth the chains when you've carried them for miles. The world didn't suddenly change, the pain didn't disappear, but I stopped letting anger be the loudest voice I hear. Some battles end with gunfire, some battles end with grace. Sometimes freedom starts the moment you stop feeding the hate. I fed my rage to the fire, watched it burn into the night. Every grudge, every demon, every reason I used to fight, the flames danced higher and higher till the ashes filled the sky. I fed my rage to the fire and finally learned how to survive. The river kept on flowing, the moon kept hanging high, and somewhere in the crackling embers, the old me said goodbye. Not every ghost was buried, not every wound was healed, but the man who walked away that night was stronger than he revealed. I fed my rage to the fire, now the flames no longer call. What once felt like a prison isn't holding me at all. The scars still tell their stories, but they no longer run my life. I fed my rage to the fire and walked away from the fight. The ashes drift across the wind like memories passing by. I fed my rage to the fire and left it with the night. There was a time I stood surrounded, my flames I couldn't control, watching everything I built turn to ashes in the smoke. Friends became strangers, promises turned into lies. The people I trusted most were the first ones saying goodbye. I remember standing in the wreckage with blood, sweat, and regret, wondering if this was the ending of every dream I ever chased. The heat kept getting stronger, the smoke blocked out the sky, but something deep inside me refused to lay down and die. The flames got higher, the night got cold, but pressure makes diamonds and fire shapes gold. stronger today. I lost money, lost direction, lost people I call friends, lost pieces of my old life that I won't see again. But every loss reveals something that comfort never could. Sometimes destruction clears the path for something better than you understood. The storms kept rolling through the lightning, split the sky, but I stopped asking why it happened, started asking why not try. Cause fear ain't worth obeying, and pain ain't meant to stay. It's just another teacher trying to show the way. The smoke is clear, the dawn arrived, and everything that matters somehow survived. Fire didn't kill me, it made me who I am. Every bridge that burned behind me helped me learn to stand. The fire didn't kill me, though it took a lot away. What survived inside the ashes still burns stronger today. I carry the marks of battle like tattoos on my soul. Every setback left to listen, every wound helped make me whole. The world may see destruction when they look at where I've been, but I see proof that I survived and rose again. The fire didn't kill me, it revealed the man beneath, the one who kept on fighting when there was nothing left to keep. Oh, the fire didn't kill me, and now I finally know the strongest roots are often found after everything burns below. The sunrise paints the horizon with colors born from flame, and I smile at the smoke behind me, 'cause I'll never be the same. There's a road outside this town nobody drives after dark. It winds past the old church here and the graves beyond the park. The locals got their stories about shadows in the mist, about voices on the wind, and names that still exist. I used to laugh at all of it till one cold October night, when I saw something glowing beneath the pale moonlight. Rows of silent headstones standing underneath the sky, and scattered through the darkness with those cemetery lights. The wind stopped blowing, the night stood still, like time itself had lost its will. Cemetery lights burning in the distance, like forgotten souls still searching for existence. Cemetery lights shining through the rain, whispering old stories and calling out my Walk between the headstones, reading dates carved into stone. People with their own dreams who once called this place home. Farmers, soldiers, preachers, lovers buried side by side. 1,000 different journeys ending underneath the pines. And I found my grandfather's name covered in years of dust. And suddenly those ghost stories felt a little easier to trust. 'Cause memories never vanish, and love don't truly die. Maybe that's what's glowing in those cemetery lights. The moon hung low, the shadows grew, and every grave felt somehow new. Cemetery light burning in the distance, like forgotten souls still searching for existence. Cemetery light shining through the rain, whispering old stories and calling out my name. Maybe they ain't spirits, maybe they ain't ghosts. Maybe they're reminders of the people we miss most. Maybe every light is a memory refusing to fade away. A silent kind of promise that some things still remain. Cemetery lights no longer fill me with fear, 'cause every glowing flicker means somebody still here. Cemetery light guiding through the night, teaching me that love survives long after goodbye. The dawn broke through the darkness, the stars began to fade, but the cemetery lights still lingered in my mind. There's a worn-out stool in the corner where I always end up late, like it's waiting for my troubles and every bad choice that I made. The bartender pours in silence. He don't ask me where I've been, 'cause these walls have heard the stories of 1,000 broken men. Tonight the rain keeps falling, like it knows what's on my mind. Every drop against the window feels like another warning sign. I've spent years acting fearless, like nothing could bring me down, but the truth comes out easier when nobody's around. The louder the jukebox plays, the harder it is to pretend that I don't carry old mistakes like lifelong friends. These are Barstool Confessions, spilled between the whiskey and the smoke. All the things I never told nobody, all the pain hidden in my jokes. These are Barstool Confessions, from a man who's seen too much, trying to heal the kind of wounds that time alone can't touch. I confess I miss my father, though I never said it loud. Confessed I lost a good woman when I let my pride talk proud. Confess there were nights I wonder if I'd ever find my way, if the road was leading somewhere or just stealing years away. The neon lights keep flickering like memories on a screen, showing every version of myself and everything I've been. Some truths are hard to swallow, some scars don't fade with age, but carrying them forever only builds another cage. The clock keeps ticking, the night rolls on, and every secret weighs less once it's gone. These are Barstool Confessions, spilled between the whiskey and the smoke. All the things I never told nobody, all the pain hidden in my jokes. These are Barstool Confessions, from a man who's seen too much, trying to heal the kind of wounds that time alone can't touch. Maybe strength ain't being silent, maybe strength ain't standing tall, maybe strength is telling the truth. When you spend years building walls, the storm outside keeps raging, but something inside feels clear, like every burden I've been carrying just disappeared. These are Barstool Confessions, the last ones I'll leave behind, 'cause tomorrow ain't waiting for a man trapped in his mind. These are Barstool Confessions, and tonight I finally see the hardest truth I ever faced was learning to forgive me. The bartender nods goodbye, the rain begins to slow. I leave a few dollars on the counter and finally let it go. I came into this world with dust on my boots and trouble in my veins. The preacher said I find redemption, but I learned more from storms and rain. Never fit inside the boxes, never walked the straight white lines. Every time they tried to fence me in, I'd disappear beyond the pines. The teachers called me stubborn, the sheriff called me wild. Mama said my restless heart had been running since a child. I wasn't chasing danger, I was chasing something real, a life that couldn't be measured by a judge's stamp or seal. Some men live by the rules, some men live by fear. I was born with a rebel soul and a highway calling near. I was born outside the law, where freedom rides and eagles fly. No chains around my spirit, no ceiling on the sky. Born outside the law, still running with the wind. I'd rather die a free man than never live it all again. I slept beneath the stars with nothing but a cold and flame. I've crossed forgotten county lines where nobody knew my name. Seen rich men build their kingdom, seen poor men stand up tall, and learn a man's true worth ain't measured by wealth at all. There's a map inside my heart that no government can draw. It points toward open horizons making cages for dreamers like me, but every lock they build just makes me wanna leave. Cause freedom ain't a destination, it's the blood inside my veins, the reason I keep rolling through the sunshine and the rain. I was born outside the law, where freedom rides and eagles fly. No chains around my spirit, no ceiling on the sky. Born outside the law, still running with the wind. I'd rather die a free man than never live it all again. Maybe I'll never fit in, maybe I never should. Every scar became a compass, pointing toward the maddest most. The road became my teacher, the stars became my guide, and every mile reminds me why I chose this life. I was born outside the law, and that's where I'll remain. A rebel heart still beating through the thunder and the rain. Born outside the law till my final sunset falls. I'll keep chasing freedom beyond these counting laws. The engine hums beneath me, the moon hangs bright above, and I keep riding onward. Born outside the law. I remember that old dirt road where I first learned how to run. Thought I could leave the past behind with enough miles and a loaded gun. Every county line I crossed, every motel neon light, felt like one more chance to disappear into the middle of the night. But there's a thing about the darkness most people never understand. You can outrun 1,000 memories, but not the one holding your hand. The mirror changed, the years moved on, the scars faded from sight. But every time I look behind me, there it was in the headlights. I spent years chasing freedom, thinking distance was enough. But some things follow forever when life starts getting rough. My shadow never left, it stayed through every storm, through every broken promise, through every shape and form. When the world turned cold and empty, when the road became my home, my shadow never lived, so I was never truly alone. I've sat beside dying campfires, watched the embers lose their glow, thinking about the man I used to be and the things I wish I didn't know. Some ghosts scream like thunder, some home without a sound. Mine just walks a step behind me, Everywhere I roam this town, it's seen every bad decision, every fight I couldn't win, every prayer whispered softly for forgiveness from my sins. And somehow through the chaos, through every fall and climb, it never just a person, I became with time. Now I don't fear the darkness, I don't fear the pain, 'cause every scar reminds me I've survived the rain. My shadow never left, it stayed through every storm, through every broken promise, through every shape and form. When the world turned cold and empty, when the road became my home, my shadow never left, so I was never truly alone. Maybe we all carry shadows, maybe that's how healing starts. Not by killing every memory, but by making peace with who we are. The night still has its demons, the wind still knows my name, but I've stopped running circles through the same old flames. My shadow never left, and now I'm glad it stayed. It carried all the lessons that the hard years made. Every mile, every heartbreak, every battle that I've known, my shadow never left and helped me find my way home. The moon hangs over the pines, the highway fades from sight. My shadow never left, and it'll ride with me tonight. There's a shadow in the mirror every morning that I wake. Used to fight it like a wildfire, used to bend till I'd break. Every scar across my knuckles got a story I can't hide. Every road I took to nowhere left another ghost inside. I spent years running circles through the thunder and the rain, trying to bury every memory, every ounce of guilt and pain. But the darkness kept on calling, like a name I couldn't lose. And the devil knew my footsteps better than my worn out boots. I stopped running from the monster, stopped pretending I was clean. Turns out all the things I feared were parts of me I'd never seen. I made peace with my demons, didn't send them to the grave. Just taught them when to whisper, just taught them how to behave. Now they ride beside me silent, like the scars beneath my skin. I made peace with my demons so they don't have to win. There's a bottle on the table, but it don't control my hands. There's a fire in my blood, but now I tell her where to stand. I've stared down every memory that used to pull me under. Now I wear them like a warning when I hear the distant thunder. The darkness never left me, it just learned to know its place. Still see it in the rearview every time I leave this place. But I ain't scared of shadows when I know where they begin. Cause the battle ain't about them, it's the war that's far within. And stop feeding all the anger, stop giving pain a throne. Turns out peace ain't found in hiding, it's built when you stand alone. I made peace with my demons, didn't send them to the grave. Just taught them when to whisper, just taught them how to behave. Now they right beside me silent, like the scars beneath my skin. I made peace with my demons, so they don't have to win. Some men run forever, some men lose their soul. Some men chase redemption down a road they'll never know. I look mine in the eyes and finally understood. The darkness wasn't evil, it was pain misunderstood. I made peace with my demons, now the chains don't pull so tight. They still walk beside me sometimes, but they don't own the night. Every scar became a lesson, everyone became a friend. I made peace with my demons, and that's how wars can end. They said a broken man stays broken, like shattered glass on the floor. That once the cracks start showing, you ain't the same no more. Maybe they're right about the cracks, but wrong about the rest. Cause every scar I've ever carried taught me how to stand my best. I've watched dreams fall apart like bombs in a hurricane. Watched people walk away and leave me standing in the rain. There were nights I thought the damage would finally finish me, but every piece that hit the ground built who I was meant to be. The world saw ruins, the world saw pain, but I saw lessons inside the flames. I'm built from broken pieces, every crack became my strength, every fall became a reason to keep going one more day. Built from broken pieces, not despite the pain I've known, but because I walked right through it, made the struggle my own. Yeah, made the struggle my own. My old truck's got dents and scratches from roads it's traveled through, and every mark upon his body tells a story that is true. Ain't that how life works too? Ain't that how people grow? The smoothest stones don't come from stones, the strongest hearts do though. I've carried loss and disappointment like weight across my back, but every burden taught me something that comfort often lacks. Now I don't hide my scars or wish my past away, cause every piece I wanted gone helped make me who I am today. The years move fast, the lesson stayed, and everyone helped shape the way I'm built from broken pieces. Every crack became my strength. Every fall became a reason to keep going one more day. Built from broken pieces, not despite the pain I've known, but because I walked right through it and made the struggle my own. Yeah, the mirror tells a different story than it did years ago. Not perfect, not untouched, but stronger than before. 'Cause survival ain't about escaping every hardship life can bring. It's about becoming someone who can carry anything. Yeah, I'm built from broken pieces, and I wouldn't change a thing. 'Cause every storm that tried to break me ended up teaching me to win. I'm built from broken pieces, like an old road forged by time. Every crack became a pathway leading me to this life. The sun sets me on the back roads, the shadows stretch and fade, and I thank every broken piece for the man it helped create. I wasn't raised by city lights or streets that never sleep. I was raised where the corn grows tall and promises run deep, where grandpa's struggles held together by rust, prayer, and pride. And every lesson worth remembering came from a long dirt drive. I learned respect from hard hands and patience from the rain. Learn that every harvest season comes after months of pain. The radio played old country songs as the tires hummed along, and somewhere between those back roads I learned where I belong. The world keeps spinning fast, but some roots stay the same. No matter where life takes me, I carry where I came. I was raised by back roads, by gravel, dust, and time, by small town dreams and county lines that shaped this heart of mine. Raised by back roads, where the wild winds blow. They taught me who I am, and they never let me go. Friday nights meant bonfires and trucks parked by the creek, where everybody knew your story before you'd even speak. We didn't have much money, but we had stars above, and folks would show up anytime when life got hard and rough. The city says success means more dollars in your hand, but where I come from, character is what defines a man. I've crossed a lot of highways, seen places far from home, but every road I've ever traveled led me back where I belong. 'Cause roots run deeper than fame or gold, and some kinds of wealth can never be sold. I was raised by back roads, These roads taught me loyalty. These roads taught me grit. How to keep moving forward when life don't seem to fit. They taught me how to stand tall when storms roll through the sky, and how to keep believing when dreams are running dry. I was raised by backroads, and that's something I'll defend, 'cause every mile behind me made me who I am. Raised by backroads, till the day I go. No matter where I'm headed, they're always taking me home. The dust settles behind me. The headlights softly glow, and I thank God every day I was raised by a back road. I woke up with the sunrise and a headache from the past. Another night's been chasing shadows that were never built to last. The bottle on the dashboard, still rolling on the floor, like every bad decision I've been carrying before. This old truck knows my story, every mile and every scar. Every time I swore I'd leave it, I never made it very far. 'Cause yesterday keeps calling, like a song I can't forget. And every road I take tonight leads me right back to regret. The whiskey burns, the memories stay, no matter how hard I drank them away. I'm drunk on yesterday, on every word we never said, every dream that slipped away, every ghost inside my head. I keep pouring one more round, trying to numb the pain, but I'm drunk on yesterday, and it keeps calling my name. The jukebox sings our favorite song, like it knows I'm still alone. And every neon light reminds me of a place that felt like home. I blame fate and circumstance, I blame the pouring rain, but the truth is some wounds linger long after love is gone away. The moon hangs over Main Street like it did when we were young, back when forever sounded easy, rolling off our tongues. Now forever feels like distance, measured in broken dreams. And nothing's ever quite as simple as it used to seem. The night grows cold, the bar grows loud, but your memory still stands out in the crowd. I'm drunk on yesterday, on every word we never said, every dream that slipped away, every ghost inside my head. I keep pouring one more round, trying to numb the pain, but I'm drunk on yesterday. goes. Maybe it's learning how to carry the weight that nobody knows. 'Cause every scar becomes a chapter, every loss becomes a page, and every man must face the story he was trying to escape. I'm drunk on yesterday, but I ain't drowning anymore. I spent enough nights looking backwards, standing at the same old door. Tonight I'll let the memories stay without letting them remain. I'm drunk on yesterday, but tomorrow's worth the pain. The sun will rise beyond these hills like it always does again, and yesterday can keep his whiskey. I'm moving on from them. There's a withered sign at the county line, standing where the blacktop bends. I've crossed it more times than I can count, chasing roads that never end. I crossed it when I was 18, thinking I knew everything. A rebel heart and a full tank, dreaming bigger than my means. I crossed it after heartbreak, with whiskey burning in my chest, convinced the next town over would somehow hurt me less. But every road kept teaching what pride refused to learn. Some lessons only make sense after you've been burned. The miles kept passing, the years rolled by, and every mistake became a guide. Lessons from the county line, written in dust and time. Every scar, every wrong turn became a road sign. Lessons from the county line, paid for mile by mile. The road didn't make life easy, but it taught me how to survive. I've seen angels in old diners and demons in expensive suits, seen poor men rich in character and rich men lost in truth. I buried friends too early, watched fathers say goodbye, learned that strength ain't being fearless, it's standing back up and try. The graveyards taught me gratitude, the storms taught me grit, the lonely nights taught patience, and the darkness taught me this: that healing ain't forgetting, and freedom ain't escape. It's carrying your story without carrying the weight. The moon still rises, the river still flow, and every answer came from the road. Lessons from the county line, written in dust and time. Every scar, every wrong turn became a road sign. Lessons from the county line, paid for mile by mile. The road didn't make life easy, but it taught me how to survive. I made peace with my demons, I learned to carry pain. I watched old dreams burn down and still danced in the rain. I found ghosts in graveyards, found hope in the dark, found pieces of myself scattered across the back roads of my heart. And now I finally understand what all those miles were for. The road wasn't taken from me, it was giving me something more. Lessons from the county line, Now they're part of who I am. Every storm I weather helped me become this man. Lessons from the county line still guiding me tonight, like headlights on the back road, cutting through the dark. Lessons from the county line. And if I had to do it all again, I'd take every wrong turn twice to learn these lessons in the end. The county line fades behind me. The sunrise paints the sky. 30 rows, 30 stores, one long ride through life. And I keep driving forward with gratitude in my soul for all the lessons from the county line that brought me home.